Jeffree Star has somehow found himself right in the middle of another controversy, and this time it involves his longtime former friend turned enemy, Kat Von D. What started as a little-known TikTok story suddenly exploded after Jeffree left a single comment claiming that he knows what really happened. So here's what's going on. A creator named Tiva recently went viral after sharing allegations about a house his family rented to Kat Von D years ago. According to him, a fire severely damaged the property, leading to years of legal battles and stress for his family. He also claimed there was much more to the story than the public ever knew.
Morning. I'm going to tell a story that I have had close to my chest since I was a kid. I wasn't able to tell the story or allowed to. Many years ago, my sweet mom had signed an NDA with a celebrity in order to avoid trial and get a settlement. The thing is I didn't sign an NDA because I was just a kid. Well, my mom is no longer here. I want the story to be told because I think that celebrities should be held truly accountable for their actions. It was 2008. My mom had just lost most of her money and she needed to rent the home. A celebrity came along and wanted to rent the house out. Everything was fine except for one time I was here with my parents. They were maybe working on something with the house, and I got to meet her, the person renting, and I saw the way that she had lived, and it was bizarre. There were candles everywhere, candles of all sizes, big, small, wide, every single corner, every mantle, down the steps, along the walls, really everywhere. Along with taxidermy, like a wolf just standing in a bedroom looking at you, and you know, animal heads on walls. Shocker, the house burned. There was a ginormous fire that took place. It was negligence, and the arson investigators declared that it was a candle fire. I just want to give context. There were holes throughout the hardwood floors, smoke damage in the entire home. The only reason that it was, it stood was because it's made from stone. Now, I want to be abundantly clear about something. My mom passed due to cancer. Our family believes that the stress of the fires and the restoration process and the lawsuit is truly what brought it back with such vengeance. Another thing I want to make clear is this person that rented the home and then caused a massive fire throughout the house due to her own negligence had the audacity to send my mom hate mail, hateful, spiteful emails. She was in denial. She was a liar, a narcissist, truly a mean person. All the while, she actually used the home and claimed that it was hers on her TV show, which my mom said she wasn't allowed to do, but didn't have the energy or the heart to pursue her for that. Now, I believe that this woman had very dark energy at the time. My mom did, and my dad did believe the same thing. My mom had a halfway written fiction book about the experience because she wasn't legally able to mention this person's name. And she told me she didn't release it or want to finish it because she was afraid of what this person's energy would then bring forth to her. And I feel that my mom's energy will protect me from whatever this person could do with her own energy. We're big on energy here. So, Kat Von D, I am that little kid that you met back in the day who you destroyed the family home of with your negligence and your candle obsession. Thankfully, my parents won the lawsuit against you, but that didn't take away the stress that both of my parents endured dealing with you. Now, I thought long and hard about whether or not I should forgive this person, Kat Von D. And the truth of the matter is my mom, I don't think, would forgive her for the stress that she put our family through. The life experience is short. When you have to deal with people like this, it really does strip off years. And I believe that I watched that happen with my own mom in real time. In this world, there are people who carry light energy and then dark energy. People whose souls work for light and dark. Kat Von D, I believe, is on the dark side. And my family, my dear mom, had to be on the receiving end of that. So I do not forgive her. That is my story time about Kat Von D. I don't think enough people know her character. Hello, Kat Von D.
The videos were already getting attention, but everything changed when Jeffree Star entered the conversation. Jeffree commented, "I know what really happened. I'm so sorry your family had to go through this." That comment immediately blew up, getting massive engagement and sending fans into detective mode. People wanted to know one thing. What exactly does Jeffree know? The interesting part is that he never fully explained himself. Instead, Jeffree later said he was speaking privately with Tiva and hinted that there were details behind the scenes that weren't public. He also suggested that some former friends had turned out to be very different people than he originally thought.
It's something really, really dark that happened to somebody. I don't find it funny. I don't find anything about it funny. So that's all I have to say about it. Now behave, stop asking me dumbass questions, and shut up, okay? Like, girl, I had no idea. My comment has so much attention on that man's video. That's why. You guys, me and him are talking directly. I don't owe anyone an explanation, okay? Me and him are talking. I don't owe anyone an explanation. I had no idea my comment has 80,000 likes. That's why y'all are up my ass about it. Okay, got it. Okay, I hadn't revisited the video or really seen what's happening. Okay, well, you guys will get over it. I'm done addressing it. I'm gonna go back to living my beautiful fucking life and listening to Metallica. Oh, they didn't find it, Wendy. We blasted it everywhere, letting the whole world know exactly who that piece of shit is. Well, I'm glad that guy got his truth out. I think it's important, you know? I think that darkness will always come to light. And unfortunately, there's a lot in my head that I have experienced. There's a lot of things that I know. And unfortunately, you know, a lot of my old friends turned out to be really awful, nasty people. So, you know, it is what it is. You don't really fully know that until things settle. But we had a great friendship, and then we didn't. Isn't that how relationships go? People are always so, like, perturbed by stuff like that. Haven't we all had friends in life that we don't become friends with anymore? And we have, you know, it's just life. It's just life. I know, you guys, but when it's really public, it has a different tune. Trust me, I'm well aware of the life I'm a part of. Oh shit. But yes, you guys, I do know a lot of stuff that I will never be sharing, and for some reason a lot of y'all can't let that go. You'll get over it, I promise. There's some stories you'll never know. If y'all knew the truth about all the beauty people, the whole world would burn. So, you know, sometimes it's better just to zip it, let you know a tiny piece of what happened, and then just keep it moving. You know, it's better for your mental health. Elizabeth and Miss Knight, thank you for all the arrows and yaks. Thank you so much, you guys. Oh my God, what the fuck is that? User with the rock cat.
And that's where things got complicated, because this isn't just any celebrity drama. Jeffree Star and Kat Von D have one of the most infamous falling outs in beauty industry history. They went from being close friends to publicly attacking each other, and their feud became one of the biggest stories on YouTube years ago. So when Jeffree suddenly appeared in a controversy involving Kat, many people immediately questioned whether he was trying to help expose something, or simply revisiting an old grudge. Then, Kat Von D responded. She pushed back against the allegations being made about her and denied key claims surrounding the situation. But she didn't stop there. She also directly addressed Jeffree, accusing him of continuing to use her name and reignite drama years after their friendship ended.
This week I've been accused of burning down a house and contributing to the death of a woman with cancer. And, you know, I want to be as respectful as I can in this video, but it's also very hard not to be disheartened by this man's accusations. And not just that, but also just how quick people, they see a video on TikTok and then they just think not to question the other side to it. And I definitely feel forced to do this. This incident happened, I believe, almost 16 years ago now. So it's kind of crazy to think that it's coming up now. but here we are. So let's get into it. Tiva is accusing me of burning down his mother's house because I was lighting candles, which is not true. I wasn't even in the home when the fire happened. I was on a book tour. He's also accusing me of having made his mom sign an NDA to where she wasn't allowed to talk about a lawsuit or anything that happened with the fire, which is not true either. We have had people sign NDAs, landlords or people that we do any business with in the beginning when we sign contracts, just so that people aren't selling my information to at the time tabloids and things like that. But after the fire had happened, we never gave an NDA for his mom to sign. So I rented this house from a woman named Deborah back in 2010, which is like 16 years ago. And it was a beautiful house. It was a really small house in the Hollywood Hills. And I loved it so much because it was a very unique house. It was Frankenstein's castle from the 1930s movie. And even though it was tiny, it was perfect for me and my cat. And that's who lived there. It had like one main bedroom, a small kitchen, and then like an entryway that was like a living room. It also had a basement that was turned into a recording studio in, I believe it was from the 1930s, but maybe got revamped later on in the 80s or something. This is where I believe the fire started. I do believe it was an electrical fire, and the arson specialist, the official arson fire guys that came over to inspect everything literally told us that it was not a candle fire, that this was most likely started in the basement in that old recording studio from some type of faulty wires or from the panel. The reason I bring up this panel electrical situation is because I have the emails where I had asked Deborah on several occasions and told her that there was electrical issues in the house, specifically with the panel and also with this garage door that she refused to get professionally fixed. And I understand people are struggling with money or trying to save money where they can, but instead of sending out professionals, she kept sending out her husband, who was not a trained electrician. And I brought that to her attention several times. There was 2 times that there was actual sparks within the house and at the light panel and at the garage door. Do I think that this could have been avoided? Possibly. I think if a proper electrician would have come and repaired things and looked at things, that they might have been able to catch it. I don't know, but to go forward and blame me and my gothic decor, it's just not right. No one came out of this situation unscathed. I am very fully aware that she lost her home, the home that she owned. I lost the home that I lived in. The fire took everything from me. I mean, I literally had nothing. I lost all my clothes, my computer, my hard drives, all my photos. I mean, there's a huge, massive gap in my life that is just went up in flames. And most importantly, my little kitten, Valentine, was in the house when the fire happened. The firefighters told me that thankfully she didn't burn alive. I mean, I would hate to imagine that she suffered that way. They found her in my bed and she was asleep, so most likely they said that the smoke inhalation killed her. So, it was traumatic for everybody. Tiva claims that between the renovation and the lawsuit between the insurance companies, and losing the stress of losing the house and everything, he's saying that it's my fault that her cancer progressed and that I have something to do with her dying. And I feel like that is such an unfair thing to impose on someone. I am beyond sorry for your loss, Tiva. I really am. I can't imagine what it would be like to lose a mother that you're so close with. But at the same time, I didn't set the house on fire. This was a tragedy, and it was out of both of our controls. And I would never wish that on anybody. So, you know, to frame it in the way that you're doing it it's hard not to take offense to that. So last night, as I was laying in bed and seeing an influx of all these comments calling me like a mom killer and an arson and all kinds of crazy things, I prayed about it and lost a lot of sleep over it. And my heart goes out to Tiva. You know, he's lost his mom. He was a teenager when the fire happened, and so he's recounting a story through the lenses of, you know, a son who loves his mom and whose mom is suffering. So I can't really hold that against him. But what I can hold against him is just the villainization that he's doing. And I hope that he's able to find peace somehow, but I'm definitely not going to be someone's emotional punching bag. It's just not how it works. So anyways, I'll post screenshots of emails now if you guys want to like hold down and read them. And yeah, here's a screenshot of an email where Tiva came over with his dad and how he and the family were praising me on the beautiful decoration that I've done to the house on the interior, which later he goes on to, you know, in his TikTok videos now as a 30-year-old man, to recount stepping into the house and being spooked out by all the taxidermy and just, you know, making it sound like, you know, I just destroyed the place and made it so scary. And
At that point, the story completely shifted. It was no longer just about a fire from years ago. It became a battle over credibility. Tiva says he has documents and evidence supporting his version of events. Kat says the story being told online is inaccurate. And Jeffree continues hinting that he knows more than he's saying publicly. What's really fueling the internet right now is the mystery. If Jeffree truly knows something important, why not just say it? And if he doesn't, why jump into the story at all? That's the question everyone is debating. Because at this point, the biggest drama isn't what allegedly happened years ago. It's why Jeffree Star chose this moment to insert himself into a controversy involving someone he's been feuding with for over a decade. And judging by the reactions online, people are far from done talking about it.